Hey, what's up, guys? I am back with another video. Hope everyone is doing well. This is going to be a general reading for Cancer. So it's been a minute, Cancer. How are you? If you're new, welcome to Casual Tarot. If you're not, welcome back. I just want to apologize in advance, Cancer, for any background noise. And just remember, it's a big world, so it is general, and this is definitely not professional advice. You do what you want, Cancer. Sorry for any glare. I've been messing with my lights. I need to fix it. Okay. So what's up, Cancer? What is up? Stop worrying so much. There's going to be a lot of changes, and it's good things. Even if there's challenges, it's good things, okay? But some of you think too much, you worry too much. Just relax. Take some time to relax. You don't have to dissect everything, Cancer. Okay, so clear your mind. Have some fun. Knight of Pentacles. See, you don't need to worry. Maybe some of you are getting an offering, an opportunity. I know you definitely have a lot of potential, okay? King of Swords, upright. Ace of Wands, sideways. Telling you a lot of changes. High Priestess, upright. You got to trust yourself more, okay? Some of you sense a lot of things, and it's like you trust it sometimes, but not all the time. Trust your intuition, okay? You're very psychic. Because I feel like, well, for some of you, how can I put it? Well, it's like you create worry, okay? It's like your intuition is telling you everything's going to be fine, and yet you create things to worry about, okay? Yes, those things might happen, but your intuition is telling you something different, okay? That you don't need to worry, that things are going to fall into place, whatever it is, okay? However it's happening. But it's like you don't listen, and then you create these worries, okay? Be careful with that. Be careful. You know, it's weird because it's been on my mind a lot of thought forms, okay? Be very careful. Be like this king. Be clear-headed. Whatever you need to do, whatever you need to decide, whatever situation comes up, just be like this king. Weigh your options. Be very clear. Get every detail. Be fair. That's what, you know, is called for in a situation, whatever it is, okay? But when opportunity knocks, don't dissect it where it's like you're blocking it because you're worried, well, if I do take this opportunity, then this might happen, that might happen, this might happen, that. Okay, that's what changes, okay? I'm not saying those things are going to happen. I'm just saying when you change something, it causes a chain reaction, but it's nothing to be fearful of, okay? Maybe at some point in your life, that was the case, but right now what I'm sensing is there's nothing to fear here, okay? He's fearless, you know what I'm saying? He's very smart. He knows that he is going to make the best decisions. Now, I do feel when it comes to situations, yes, be like this king. When it comes to more personal stuff, not so much. Okay, some of you are closing yourself off a little. Some of you like to control everything. Okay, don't get offended. I'm just saying. Okay, you don't need to control everything. Okay, a good king knows that he needs allies. Okay, he knows how to delegate. Knows how to rule fairly. What is best for the kingdom? Okay, not just his court, his kingdom, right? So think like that. going into this new chapter. And yes, some things will take time, Cancer, okay? But some things are going to be pretty quick, okay? Don't get overwhelmed by it, okay? And be very creative, okay? And I say that only because, well, you're very talented and we want to see it. Okay, so whatever you are hiding, make it known. Make it known. Make new connections. Have some fun. And what I mean by that, it's more of things that you think about and you don't do it. Okay, because I feel like you guys definitely experience things and you do things, but it's the things that you think about and don't do is what I'm sensing you should start experiencing. Like really live your life to the fullest, how you truly want to live it or experience whatever that is to you, okay? Even on a spiritual level. It's crazy because you guys, some of you really know that you're psychic, but it's like you just don't listen. It could be hope, you know. I feel like it's definitely a lot of fear-based worry, that type of issues that are causing you to not pay attention. I don't really want to use the word attention. It's not heeding, not taking what you're sensing as reality, you know. You're sensing it for a reason. It's more of that. Because you definitely feel it. Okay. You have the 10 of Cups. I have a feeling I'm going into something else though. Yeah. Wow. You have the Death card in reverse. I'm saying wow because you have the Ace, the 10 of Cups, the Death card. Like I said, this is like a big change, transformation, ending. Okay. And some of it comes with a little hurt. And what I mean by that, it's, well, first of all, I feel like you can't make everyone happy, Cancer. One. Two, you have a lot of baggage from the past that you need to deal with, confront, and even release. It's like a little bit of everything, is what I'm sensing. There's some things you're holding on to, there's some things that you need to face, stuff like that, especially going into this new chapter because you are transforming, okay? And so you don't want to leave loose ends or have regrets, that type of thing. So I feel like you need to just look at everything again, make sure that you are dealing with anything that you need to, especially from the past or family related, okay? Maybe even children, connected to children here, okay? But also let go of the past. Let go of the past. Some of you are holding, I feel like it's both. It's like grudges and expectations, okay? It's a new day. Not only that, just like you have changed, other people have changed because that's what we do, right, Cancer? We are always changing, okay? We're always learning. Well, we should be anyway. Okay. Always going through experiences that molds us, okay? So remember that as you're going through those changes, so are other people. So you may not be dealing with the same person you dealt with in the past. But in some cases you are. You just gotta figure out who's who here, okay? Because like I said, I feel like you should be letting things go. And then in other cases, I feel like you need to confront some things. Anyway, 4 of Wands in reverse. You're gonna, I honestly, I feel like you're gonna find out something. I'm sensing two things. I'm sensing you're gonna find out something probably at an event with family. For some of you, maybe that's just close friends, whatever family is to you. Okay. I do feel like some are from the past. Okay. Or there's some event where maybe you hear things from people from your past or that you're connected with in some way. I keep feeling distant. So it could be that you're distant from them on an emotional level, like maybe there's no lack of communication or something, but it actually might be distant, meaning geographical, or maybe it's both. I don't know. I keep feeling distance. Um, so it could be that you're hearing something at an event or something like that, or something did not go like it should be a good thing, is what I'm sensing. Okay, but for some reason it turns a little sour. Whatever that is, I do feel like it needs to be exposed. Okay, even if it's not something that, feels so great, it does need to be exposed. Because for some reason, I feel like it's going to make you see things differently, think differently of the people involved, but also, I don't know why your whole life. So I don't know if you're going to find out something big or whatever, but I feel like it's going to contribute to how you see and think too. When it comes to the future, though. Also, for some of you, I feel like it could be stemming from what I just said, but I have a feeling for some of you, this is something else. It's almost like you have this expectation, okay, of yourself, the people around you, of your life, how things should be, even maybe how the world should be, and you may be getting disappointed, okay? Now, just because things aren't going the way you want or how you feel things should be, because everyone's different, that does not mean that it's not fixable. For some of you, you feel like it's not fixable. Like you expected your life to be a certain way and now it's not. And it's like some of you may even be settling, but you feel like if you change something, almost like it's too late to change something for some of you, but for others, it's almost like you feel if you change something that you're not living up to that expectation that you created. I'm saying you because I don't care if the world thinks you're supposed to do this and that. You do what you want, okay? As long as you're honorable, as long as you're, a good person, whatever. You don't need to live up to anyone else's expectations, okay? So that's why I'm saying they're yours, because I do feel like some of you are a bit of a rebel. Okay, so I don't think you really are a follower. Okay, so that's why I'm saying for some, it's these expectations are ones that you created, and yet it's almost like you feel if you fix something, you won't be living up to an expectation you created, if that makes sense. Because there's something that needs to be fixed, and you know it does. You know it does. There's something off here when it comes to family or love. And you know it. And this is the perfect time to change whatever that is. Okay? Because your life is changing no matter what. Okay? Whatever is going on in the background, whatever the universe has in store for you, whatever is going on, it's changing anyway. Okay? So it's giving you an opportunity to also change your habits, your patterns, to have a clean slate and not repeat the past. Okay, whatever that is to you. This is the perfect opportunity to do so. Okay, really look at that, Cancer. Okay, because this is a turning point. And those expectations, like I said, you created them. I don't even feel like people are even looking at you like that, like trying to say, oh, you're supposed to do this and that. I don't even feel that. I feel like you think people are doing that. And I feel like you do that to yourself. Oh, I have to be like this. I have to be like that. Do you? Like, really, do you? It doesn't make you happy. If it makes you happy, fine, but that's not what I'm sensing. I feel like it's more stress. That's why I said maybe some of you just have this control thing, okay? Be careful with that. Like I said, it's weird. I was telling Gemini the same thing. This king well, I think I said it here too, but in Gemini that was like a king with no kingdom, you know what I'm saying? In order to rule, in order to be a leader, you have to have something to lead. You have to have a kingdom, okay? Your top card, that's funny. I'm not funny, that's just how I talk, but another 10, another 10, 10 of swords, 10 of cups. Wow. Whatever this opportunity is bringing a lot of endings to a lot of things. Again, I can't stress enough to think about this turning point, okay? Because I feel like you need to be careful of those patterns. You don't want to repeat things, okay? And also, you just don't want to settle, okay? Because you've been through a lot. Every sword is in her back. Every sword, okay? I'm sorry. It's focusing. It's these lights. I was messing with my lights. Cancer. Hold on. I don't even know if it's been doing that the whole time. If it has, I apologize. I'm going to have to fix this. It must be the glare. But anyway, yeah. 2 tons here. Okay. That's why I said your life is changing in so many ways. So many ways. That's driving me nuts. Trying to put my hand there. Well, anyway, you have the judgment. There you go. Wow, you have the death and the judgment. Rebirth. A rebirth. And this ending is something that is already in the works. It's already happening, whether you know it or not. Now, even if you don't know it or you do, I do feel like some of you are kicking and screaming. And what I mean by that, you're like fighting things that you can't fight. Okay. There are things that you can control. Okay. Don't get me wrong. That's where you need to focus. But the things that you can't control, you need to let that go because I feel like you're focused on the wrong thing. Okay. And no, you can't control everything, Cancer. You cannot. But it's time to really put everything in perspective. It's time to review your life. It's time to put what's truly important first. Okay. Make the changes that you need to make so that this does not repeat. Now, I'm not saying all of this is because, you're bringing it with you, or I'm not blaming you. But there are some patterns that have led to these things. Some, okay, not all. So we want to prevent that, right? And like I said, I do feel like some of you may be settling a little and know that there needs to be a change. And others, you just know straight up there should be a change because, like I said, there's something off here, okay, when it comes to family and for some love. That's why I said earlier, some things you need to let go and some things you need to tackle. You need to confront. You need to really, I want to say, accept that you need to deal with these things and confront these things because I feel like some of you just don't want to deal with it. Yet your heart is telling you you have to, and yet you don't want to deal with that. Okay, so be careful with that, Cancer. So there probably needs to be some healing for you and for others. Okay. And in other ways, it just needs to be accepted that things are the way they are and that some things cannot change. Okay. You're not alone. Maybe that's part of the problem, the disconnection. Okay. Some relationships, I'm going to be honest, are not going to be what you want. Okay. But that does not mean that you're alone. And that does not mean that you cannot connect with others. Okay. Just maybe not everyone you would think in a perfect world that you can. Okay. But even on a spiritual level, you're not alone. You're not alone. Okay. Some of you feel alienated. You feel like maybe even like an outcast, black sheep. You're not alone. But also, really look at the people around you, okay? Because I feel like you're blocking some and you're blocking yourself from new connections, okay? Because I just feel like some of you are just fed up. And with this, all these changes is going to be different people. And Cancer, I'm talking about real connections. Some of you have, I don't know, I just feel like for some, it's a situation where you have a lot of people around you, but you still feel alone because you are alone in that way. And what I mean is that they're not like-minded. They don't understand you. There is no deep connection. That's why I'm saying you're alone, not because you really are alone. Okay. It's that deep connection that's missing. Okay. But yet I feel there are people that you can have that with. But it's like, I don't know, maybe something went wrong in the past. Maybe I did feel a distant thing. Maybe, people parted ways. Sometimes we grow apart, whatever it is, that you can have that deep connection again. Okay. But also new connections with this change. Okay. But you have to look at things differently. So look at your past to learn from it, not to hold on to it, not to have grudges. Because I think some of you look at what everyone has done to you and you only stick with that. Look at the good too. Sometimes I tell people you gotta when you're in a situation where you have to kind of figure out if you want to continue with someone, be it friend, family, whatever, make a list, weigh the negative and the positive. What do they bring? Do they bring more negative or do they bring more positive? And whatever that is, can you tolerate that? Is their company, their love enough to tolerate the flaws? Because everyone has flaws, Cancer. We are human. You have flaws. I have flaws. Everyone on the planet. Okay. Can you tolerate them? Are they malicious? Are they just, because they're different? Really look at that. Okay. Worthiness. See who's worthy. Know that you're worthy. Okay. But just because someone's different doesn't mean they're not worthy of your company. Because I feel like there's a little bit of everything in there. Okay. I feel like people don't know your worth, but then there's people that you don't know their worth. And then I feel like there's people that you just need to accept that they are who they are. And it's time to move on and let go and practice forgiveness. Okay. Stop with the grudges. Someone is holding grudges. Okay. So this is, sorry, it's long, Cancer, but this is a huge change. And I feel like really, really, how can I put it? Well, see it as so, but just don't repeat the patterns. Okay. If you don't want the same result. Okay. Because some of you really are looking for more and you can have that. But you gotta fight for it. You have to, and I'm saying fight for it because some of you, you're just not willing to change certain things because maybe you're comfortable or, like I said, that expectation thing. Yet you know that, some things need to be changed here. It needs to be changed. Okay. And then you have a lot of changes going on that you have no control over. Okay. So you're going through a whole transformation here. Okay. I keep staring at the High Priestess and I feel like there's something nagging at you. I don't know what it is, but you really, really need to listen to it. Okay. You really need to listen to it, whatever that is. For some of you, your hairs are probably standing up right now. Okay. If you can relate to the rest of it, then you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like this is very important. Okay. Very important. Like I said earlier, you're very psychic. You're very intuitive. Okay. Very smart. Very talented, too. Okay. A little bit of a control freak. I'm just saying. I'm joking with you, but I'm not joking. Seriously. Relax. Relax your shoulders, too. Because I feel like you get so tense. Okay. It's okay to let go. Go with the flow. Okay. See this beautiful opportunity coming your way. Okay. Focus more on that. Okay. Than the past. There's something with the past here. Like you hold on to a lot is what I'm sensing. And whatever is coming up in that event, because you're definitely going to hear something. Even if you got to handle it, just careful how you do it. How you do it. Okay. Anyway, that is your message, Cancer. I hope it helps in some way and good luck.